Not a good sign for the first day of practice, people. That's the boat being pulled away for service. We're having motor and trim issues. We think we've got a wire being pinched that's tripping everything. We'll find out. Well, I said I probably was not going to do a day one practice recap, but it's been a pretty brutal day. Got up early, drove a half hour to get to the ramp by 5:15. It's one of the first ones there. Go to back the boat down, put it in the water. Cannot turn the boat on. I'm getting literally nothing. I could only use the trim on my blinker trim. I could not use the trim on the motor or on the throttle itself. So I pulled the boat out, drove to back to my house to tinker with it before I could get to a Yamaha dealer because nobody opens till like 8:30. So I went back to the house, tinkered with it, found I had blown a main fuse. So I replaced the fuse, loaded back up, drove the half hour back to the ramp, and got to the ramp and the same dang thing happened. So I turned around, drove the half hour back plus another half hour to the Yamaha dealer, got there at 8:15. They open at 8:30. Propeller Dynamics was the place I went. They are absolutely awesome. They put everything else aside to get me in to look at it. The people there were great. We tinkered with it for about 4 hours, took apart everything, the wires, everything. They got there, they played with the trim a little bit more, and one of the ground wires started smoking really good, so they deduced that it was an electrical issue. And we cleaned it up, but we never found any true, guaranteed issue. There were some corroded leads. There were a few things, one was a little loose. Little things you can point at, but when you're dealing with electrical, you don't ever really know unless there's like a cut wire or a wire that was just completely severed, nicked or something like that. But we did not find one. So then I thought I left there. I thought I was in good shape. Drove 40 minutes back to the ramp, and same thing happened. And at that point, I called them up. I said, "What do you think I should do?" And they said, "Well, put a new fuse in and go fishing and see what you can do." And I put one fuse in, and I haven't had an issue yet. So I don't know if it's a car ride is jostling something around, and there's a wire that is bad somewhere that we didn't find. Not really sure, but I was able to fish for about, I don't know, it's 7 o'clock now, so about 5 hours. Have not had a great day. I've caught 4 bass. One nice one, like a 4.5, 3 little ones, and yeah, I've covered a lot of water just looking at it, probably more than I should have with the problems I've had, but I just want to see this place. I've never been to the James River, and from talking with other pros, they make it sound like it's different everywhere you go. So today I fished up the James. I went down to the Appomattox River, I think is what it's called, and I went all the way to the back end of that. That looks gorgeous. That reminds me of back home. Lots of cut banks, lots of kind of sandbar type stuff, and I never got a bite. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing tomorrow, but I've got a pretty good headache. I'm gonna go load up. I think it's been extremely warm today. I'm gonna make a new game plan for tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get around some bass. But today, in a shortened day, did not go as well as I would have liked. So just a quick update for you guys. Thanks to Propeller Dynamics. They really did a great job. I appreciate them helping me out. Even though I'm not sure if we fixed it or not, they definitely didn't have to do what they did. They went above and beyond. So I'm gonna just, if you live in the Richmond area and you got a Yamaha, check them out. They take care of your stuff. All right, guys. Hopefully day 2 is a little better. We'll talk to you later.